Hi guys, Anne-Marie here with weekly wrap-up number 20. And today I have 3 cards to share. There's no process video coming for these. I did not film while I made these, but I'll talk a little bit about what I did do. So I made a counterfeit kit here to make some Mother's Day cards. And then I fussy cut a bunch of the butterflies. And I showed that in the beginning of a layout, which I have not returned to since. So I can't show you that completed layout yet. But I just got to kind of a point of mess on my desk that I had to deal with. And so I took all the kind of debris, everything that's on my desk, and sorted it into kind of rough categories. So I had scraps that were in little strips or border strips, or offcuts that were in strips. So those are in a pile. I had some like star die cuts and stickers and wood veneer. So I made a little star pile. I had different kind of little spots, little doilies, journaling spots I had made before. Anything circular kind of went there. I had some heart and flower elements left over from a couple layouts and the card kits that I had just done recently. I had some kind of little landing pieces or sentiment pieces like today and home and best ever and sealed with a kiss and some ephemera and labels. I still had all these butterflies that I had fussy cut, and I had a few that had been the negatives, the negative pieces from the die that cut out like the spray of butterflies. So I sorted all that. I had some larger scraps too. And I've shown this process before, and I will link to that video in a card right around there. But basically I took all my scraps that were on my desk and I cut them into bigger pieces. So I had some that were round, I had some that were mats, or I had pieces that I'd already done this process too. Like I'd punch that into a notebook shape. I did a few that as frames. And so I just did this with all of the scraps, or I, put them with pieces in my kit that were already little journaling spots. And so I came up with a lot of these little pieces that are kind of ready to assemble or layer into new creations. And normally I would kind of just stop there and file them away. But at some point you got to do something with all those pieces, right? Like you're going to run out of room eventually to store things if all you ever do is make the things and not use the things. So I also made some cards. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's raining really hard right now. And I'm going to turn a light on because the light just went. Okay, so here are the cards that I made. So I made 3 different cards with kind of these bits and pieces. So first up is this Here and Now card. I had some scraps in my kit. Yeah, I believe this is all for my kit. I had to start adding scraps for my regular scraps later, but this is all from leftovers on my desk. So I just built up a couple pieces as a foundation. I used a couple strips that were layered, and then I put the wood veneer piece front and center, and then accented with some yellow and orange fussy cut butterflies. All right, so this one, I did cut this piece out of some gold cardstock, metallic cardstock that I had, but these 2 pieces were from my kit. This was from my kit, and then I pulled out these rhinestones. I don't love these rhinestones as the body of my butterfly. I don't know. But the reason I pulled the gold background out was I had this turquoise foil in the butterfly wings. I'm not sure if you can see it. There's a shine. And I wanted to kind of really go with that shine. So that's why I decided I needed an intricate gold background. But I'm not sold on these rhinestones. So leave a comment below and let me know what you think. Should I keep them or should they go? Should they stay or should they go? Okay. Anyway. This was the last one that I made out of kind of the little bits and bobs that were on my desk. I did pull in this wood grain scrap just from my scrap pile. I needed something I needed to pull a little bit of this brown. And since this pink piece here was kind of dusky and distressed, I felt it went well with the kind of vintage ephemera pieces, and pulling in some wood grain just helped it feel even more rustic. And then I die cut this gold flourish of butterflies from some of that gold cardstock I had left over. So I now have some of these negative space butterflies left over that I can kind of roll over into the next card. So I'm hoping to make a few more cards with these supplies. I do also have this large scrap still to play with. So I'm gonna probably cut a few more bases and then start layering with all these pieces, and hopefully I'll have some more goodies to show next week. So have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday with the process video. All right, bye.